Hello friends, my name is Angela Bolaños. I am a visual artist and a teaching artist at Pérez Art Museum, Miami. And today I'm going to share with you an art activity inspired by American contemporary artist Elliott Hundley. Elliott Hundley is a self-described hoarder or collector. He draws inspiration from Japanese woodblock prints, Greek tragedy, mythology, and Southern heritage. He experiments with a variety of objects. His compositions are delicately balanced and formally elaborate. As we just saw, Elliott uses a variety of materials on the sculpture that we just showed. He uses materials that don't necessarily have anything to do with each other, but once you put them together, they become a visual narrative. So I put together materials that I found in different places of my house. I've got an egg carton that I found in my kitchen, as well as a cut up paper towel roll, straws, paper towels. These are some of my favorite things to use when I'm creating art. Sticky jewels are always fun. I even went outside for a stroll and found these twigs that I'm going to be using for this activity. If you are used to doing art activity or if you enjoy making art, you will notice these are pipe cleaners. And then I'm using some more traditional materials like color pencils. I'm also using washable paints. And I'm going to be using some glue, and this is a type of glue that is safe for everybody in that family to use. I'm going to be cutting up a lot of things like my paper tissue box, and I'm going to be using this pair of scissors, but if you're a little one, make sure to use something that is more kid friendly. And of course, one of my favorite materials to use is going to be using pom-poms, and not to be left out, this really awesome small toys that I'm going to be including in my sculpture. Now let's get started. Okay friends, we are ready to get started. Now I have a lot of the materials that I showed you earlier, and I'm going to show you a couple of the steps to create the work of art that you'll see at the end. You can do something as elaborate as you want, or you can do something a little bit simpler. Let's see. The first step is we're going to pick up our Kleenex box. I have already cut it out a little bit more to give it the shape that I want. And this box is going to be the base of our sculpture. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start by covering it with some of the material that I have already pre-cut. I'm going to put some glue inside. And as I put the glue on the box, I am also going to go ahead and glue some of the paper wrappers that I had showed earlier. And these have a really nice design. As you can see, I just cut them in smaller pieces. And I'm going to just go ahead and fit them inside the entire box. So this is going to take some time to finish. So get comfortable. And if you like to do this type of work, I think this is going to be a really exciting project for you. Now, once I have finished filling the entire inside of the box, I'm going to go ahead and put the actual entire cupcake wrapper outside of the box also, just continuing layering all of the different materials that I picked earlier, because what I'm doing is I am building a story. So I'm just going to go ahead and surround the box with all these paper cups that I have. This is a lot of fun for me, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun for you. So I'm going to go ahead and cover the entire bottom part of the box, and This is going to take some time to dry, so what I did is that I have one that I had worked on earlier. I'm going to continue working on that one. I'm going to show you that now. And voila! I have it already finished. I have also already added another element that I had shown you before, and that is my half of my egg carton. Now, this is very simple for me. I like things that are a little bit more decorated. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pick some of the other materials that I have. I'm going to pick my pipe cleaners. They have this beautiful gold color. And I'm just going to continue to add more elements to my sculpture, my structure. And you may think that these elements don't go together, but I think that they are going to make for a very interesting composition. Okay, so I'm going to keep adding materials. And then just to add a little bit more color to this side of the composition, I am going to add my favorite sticky jewelry, and they're also in my favorite color, blue. These are very easy to use, so I always have some of this around. And then you can use as many as you like, or if you only want to put a few of them on, then you can just use a couple of them. Now, for my favorite part of this, making this sculpture, is using these really cute toys. Dinosaurs. I think that we're gonna have a lot of people in our audience that like dinosaurs. Okay, so I'm gonna use some sticky glue, but you can use regular glue. With your parents' permission, you can also use a glue gun. So there are different ways to add all the layers to this sculpture, depending on how much time you have, and also all the materials that you have available. This is getting a little bit sticky, but that's okay. Now, notice that this is a fairly simple sculpture compared to the one that we saw by Elliott Hundley. But if you have more time and more materials, you can make it even a lot more elaborate. And I will show you now a sculpture that I created earlier using all of the materials that I showed you earlier. And you can see here that I surrounded the entire Kleenex box with different things that I used. I used not only the dinosaurs, but I also used felt, straws, fun glittery paper, and even a cupcake cutout. You can do as many things as you like or as simple as you want it to be. It's all about you and how you want your work of art to look. I hope that you have enjoyed making some art with me, and then that you join us again for another art activity at the Pérez Art Museum, Miami.